Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. We're continuing the new year with more of these episodes. The game never ends. If you're new here, welcome. If you like what you're seeing, there are over 200 of these. Go back; you might like some of them. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join that if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. That's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I believe there's still space available for any new contestants next Monday night, the 22nd, for movies that either won or were nominated for Best Makeup Oscars, and the end of the month, the 29th, for some theme that I should have written before I went live. But if you want to be a part of this show, go there or find us on Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. Now that all of that's out of the way, let's pay this off. Winners of every episode have the optional prize, if they so choose, to assign a movie that I have to watch before the next show. The last show was on Thursday. It's Monday, so I didn't have too much time. So today I sat through uh, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. That is the second Jurassic World movie, the fifth in the series. I saw the first Jurassic World when it came out and just hated it. Just hated every moment of it. So this was one that I would never have watched had Connor Shanahan not forced me to watch it. And I will say the movie isn't good. It's better than Jurassic World. There's some good bits in it. I laughed a few times. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, I don't remember their character names, but they're less actively annoying the whole time. Uh, what's his face? Justice Smith deserves so much more in that movie. I love Justice Smith in Detective Pikachu and Dungeons and Dragons, and he's so great in this movie. And the movie keeps forgetting he's in the movie. Uh, so
That's
overall,
true with the third one too. Like he's like just barely pops up. Such a
I don't know if
waste.
I'm ever going to get to the third one. I will say the other thing that really made me laugh is there is an auction for these basically one of a kind dinosaurs at this point, including one they've created just to be like a soldier. And these dinosaurs are going up for auction and selling for like $24 million. And I don't know what the dinosaur market is. I feel like it should be higher than a small fraction of what that guy played for Twitter. So I'm surprised that you could buy a dinosaur that cheap. Um, but yeah, other than that, it's just also it's so long. Movies don't need to be 2.5 hours long, especially if you're just telling the same plot as every other Jurassic Park movie, which is some people want to help the dinosaurs and other people want to sell the dinosaurs, and those people are making the Jurassic World movies. So now that I've seen that, I don't know if I'll ever get to Dominion unless somebody makes me watch it. We'll see what happens tonight. I'm putting ideas in my contestants' heads. They've sat there long enough. Let's bring them in. Joining me on the show tonight are Dwayne Duke, Kari Taylor, Marty Viscosi, and Rachel Dunbar. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so happy to have you all here, especially a couple of you haven't been on in a while. Rachel has been on a live show that for some reason somebody refuses to upload to YouTube despite having a ton of time to do so. But that's coming up. Uh, Before I talk to you all individually, let's do a little mini game up top. Get a point on the board. See who I talk to first. Tonight on the show, it's child protagonists. That's any movie that one or more of the protagonists is. I didn't put like a set age limit on it. Let's just say younger than high school, unless I fucked up because I didn't look up everybody's ages. I want to go back and do like high school movies at some point. So narrowing it down to just child protagonists. This game, I'm going to read you the cast of a movie. I want you to yell out when you think you know what that movie is. No penalty for wrong guesses. Guess as many times as you want. This movie that has one or more child protagonists features Richard Donner, Cyndi Lauper, Michael Paul Chan, Steve Anton, Kurt Hansen, Mary
Little
Ellen
Rascals.
Trainor, not the Little Rascals, Lupe Ontiveros, Joe Pantoliano, Robert Davi, John Matuszak. It is the Goonies.
Thank you, Joey Pants.
I was just reading his filmography last night. Weird coincidence.
Kerry Green, Martha Plimpton, Ann Ramsey, Josh Brolin, Jeff Cohen, Ki-Wai Kwan, Corey Feldman, and Sean Astin. That is the Goonies. That is 1 point for our first guest tonight. Kari Taylor, welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's always great to have you here. How are you doing?
Oh, well, thank you. Living the dream, trying to stay warm, not really succeeding.
Yeah, you're in the Midwest, and I'm sure it's terrible right now.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's awful. It's like like -20 feeling most the past couple days until like tomorrow.
Oh no.
So yeah,
the wind chill right now is -25. I looked it up.
Yep.
What fresh hell are you all in?
Minnesota.
Okay, we don't need that place anymore.
You're basically Canada anyway. Why are we worrying about you? Well, Kari, you know, you've been on this show enough. You know what's coming up next. Is there a movie with a child protagonist you'd like to recommend to people?
That's a good question, because like I feel like I know of so many movies with like a child protagonist, but I guess the first one that came to my mind, because I watched it a lot when I was a kid, is The Secret Garden, like the early 90s adaptation. Just because I really liked all like the imagery of like the garden and them finding it, and it's all like spooky, and I didn't understand anything about like tuberculosis and like colonization and like why poor Mary had to go to this lonely little house, and I don't know. That was the first one that came to my mind, so I'm going to say that one.
I mean, that's a good choice. That's a movie I've never seen, but like vividly remember the trailer on VHS tapes before it came out. But then I don't know anything else about the movie. So, Secret Garden, maybe I'll watch that.
Yeah.
Kari, welcome back to the show. Also returning to the show, if you watched last week, hold on a second. Rachel, do you have a question or are you stretching?
I'm stretching.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. If you watched last week, you've seen this person. Also, if you've watched like 70 other of these shows, you've seen this person. Just one of our favorites. Marty Viscosi, welcome back to the show.
Hello. I'm also cold.
Marty Viscosi, of last year, the most points anybody else accumulated, and so far in 2024, the fewest points that anybody has.
Suck it, Josh Poirier.
The other three people on the show who have not been on a show. Marty, what movie would you like to recommend for us?
So I was thinking about it because I love a lot of spooky kid movies, and the obvious choice is Sinister 2. But I don't know if that counts as a child protagonist because technically the protagonist is James Ransone. So failing that, I am gonna go with The Devil's Backbone. I like it quite a lot.
That is another one I need to see.
It's so good, Nick. It's so good, and it's one of those movies that it's like, ooh, this message is always pertinent no matter what time period in history you are living in. Wah, wah. But It's really, really good. It's a fun little spooky mystery. I love it.
I'm really lacking on like early Del Toro movies.
It's so fun.
I
honestly, it's my favorite of his movies.
You'd probably really like it. Like, I would highly recommend it.
Probably. I gotta watch it. I still haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth.
Nicholas.
I know.
I
saw
Sounds-
Crimson Priest. Does that help?
It doesn't. I've never been so disappointed with like a twist in a movie as watching Crimson Peak. But yeah, now I'm torn
mean the
because
twist-
if I win, I was thinking of assigning the other Jurassic World movie, but now I have to stick to integrity, and that's boring.
All right. Well, Devil's Backbone. That's Marty's suggestion. Also returning to the show, it's been a while. I feel like it's been almost a year. So he is gracing us with his yearly visit to the show. Dwayne Duke, welcome back.
Hello. I want you to know that I have not seen any films since the last time I was on. Oh, I tell a lie. I've been to the movies twice. I saw The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King in theaters last week.
So you're catching up on all the new stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm fully prepared for this. I'm going for 0 points, guys. Let's do that.
Again, if you get 0 points, if it was last episode, you would have come in third place. Well, can you reach through, I assume, the few movies you've seen? Do any of them have children in them?
Well, that sounds very badly phrased. Yes,
I know.
I actually was sitting here thinking of a movie, and it's an art house film. It's a period piece set in I want to say Dickensian 1700s or 1600s. Something. They're pirates. It's amazing. It stars a little shit boy, and he's alongside the incomparable Tim Curry. It's Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, I fucking love it.
So yes,
Yeah.
that's the movie I'm going to recommend.
What a fun movie. Yeah, if you haven't gone back to Treasure Island in a while, do yourself a favor, enjoy that. That is Tim
so
Curry in his element.
That movie's so good. I identify with the rat population who just went on vacation in a movie, and they were having an entirely different story being told.
Yeah, Muppet Treasure Island, awesome. Let's see how you do with this episode. I'm sure that there's got to be one you've seen. Finally, returning to the show, I've already spoken to her a couple of times, and I feel bad each time. So this time I'm going to actually welcome you in and allow you to feel like you're part of this. Rachel Dunbar, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
It's always great to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Well, Rachel, you've had some time to think. I know you jumped on this show late, so I didn't expect you to think of anything beforehand. But is there anything off the top of your head you would like to recommend with a child protagonist?
Sure. We've talked about this movie before, Nick, but Becky.
Yes, I fucking love Becky.
I just love any movie with the homicidal kid.
Have you seen the sequel yet?
I have. I forget what it's called, but I
Wrath
have.
of Becky.
Wrath of Becky, yeah.
Yeah, those movies are so fun.
They're fun. I think I like the first one better because it was just funny to think of like this little child as
Oh,
like a
yeah.
homicidal freak, and like this teenage girl. It's like, yeah, well, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's the best acting Kevin James has ever done.
I know. He unlocked a new level playing a Nazi.
I mean, Outside of Paul Blart, it's the first Nazi he's played.
All cops are bad, including mall cops.
Yeah, Becky. If you haven't seen Becky, enjoy yourself. That is just a wonderful bloody mess of a movie. Well, thank you all for returning up to the show. Before we get to the real game, I've got one more of these cast lists to go through. Let's get another point on the board, see who's going to pick the first year. This movie features Lenny Clarke, Gilbert Godfrey, Jane Lynch, Dustin Hoffman.
Sleepover.
Nope. Amy Brenneman. Helena Bonham Carter.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Nope. Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh shit, he's only in like
Jane
4
Addams. Jennifer Coolidge.
What the hell movie is this?
Craig Ferguson.
films. Is this animated?
It is. I can't answer that. Louise Guzman. Billy Connolly. Catherine O'Hara.
Oh,
Series of
Meryl
unfortunate
Streep.
events?
It is a series of unfortunate events.
Wow.
The cast of this movie is unhinged.
is also a series of unfortunate events.
Timothy Spall, Jude Law, Meryl Streep, Shelby Hoffman, Kara Hoffman, Leah Macon, and Jim Carrey.
I don't remember half those people being in it.
All I remember was
No.
Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that means Carrie's going into the game with 2 points, but we got plenty of points still on the board. Before we get to it, if you're new here, here's what's going to happen. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I've pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies with child protagonists. These warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. All I do is I copy and paste the ramblings of these anonymous weirdos and pose them to my friends here as they try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. Kari, because you cleaned up on that mini game, I'm going to let you pick the first year. Should we start with a movie from 1989, 1998, or 2009?
98.
98. All right. First movie of the night from 1998. No more yelling out answers. Raise your hand if you think you know it. For 5 points under the category of frightening and intense scenes. The circus scenes feature clowns, which may be scary for those scared of clowns. Marty has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Marty?
I'm going big or going home and saying we're back, a dinosaur story.
I mean, fun choice. It is not We're Back, a Dinosaur Story.
That's certainly
For
disappointing.
4 points under under the category of sex and nudity, the main character changes Fig's diaper at one point during the movie, and it appears he is naked, but no private parts are seen. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the climax scene where the main character and the kids ride an airplane might be suspenseful for its target demographic, but for older people overall, not really that scary. For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, much of the film has the main character and the kids going after an egg. Much of the people and things that get the hold of the egg nearly crack it in slapstick-like ways, but it might be suspenseful for younger viewers. Marty has another guess. Anybody else? Marty, what do you think this time?
I think this is Barney's Great Adventure because I had 3 younger siblings.
Marty, I could not believe that you chose a different dinosaur kids movie from the 90s the first time out. This is Barney's Great Adventure.
Yeah. I watched that movie too many times.
There's a dinosaur changing a baby's diaper.
I want to know how they do it without opposable thumbs.
I mean, you gotta watch the movie. That's Hollywood secrets I can't divulge. Last clue, sex and nudity. 3 of the main characters wear no clothes for the majority of the movie because they're dinosaurs.
The younger boy wore shoes. That's bullshit.
I think Baby Bop wore shoes too, right?
She also has a hair bow.
She's a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that. These dinosaurs aren't naked.
Yeah.
They're pervy. They're sort of dressed.
They're covering up those disgusting feet and letting it all fly out. Kari's at 2 points. Marty is at 1 point. Dwayne and Rachel both at 0. Marty, you get to pick this next year. Would you like a movie from 1961, 2003, or 2014?
I'm gonna go 2003.
2003. From 2003, for 5 points under violence and gore, a girl and her mother yell at each other in several scenes. Dwayne, what do you think this movie is?
Oh, I'm just going to go for it. Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life.
It is not 2003's Gilmore Girls sequel, A Year in the Life.
Wait, the year is 2003?
2003. For 4 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a group of teens take the drug LSD at a park. They are shown swapping hits mouth to mouth. One of the main characters sings, "The itsy bitsy spider dropped acid at the park." They are seen tripping for a couple of minutes. Got 2 hands up. Anybody else? Marty, what do you think?
Is this 13?
Kari, what about you?
I was also going to guess 13.
It's got the age right in the title. This is 13.
Oh, man. I knew it, too.
I didn't.
Also,
I mean, you were close. I feel like with your guess.
Yeah, remember that episode when Rory and Lorelai went out to the park and did LSD?
Yeah, yeah.
They spoke at a normal speed.
Guys, I'm just here to be comedic relief. I haven't seen it.
Also in 13, sex and nudity. During 1 2-minute sequence, Holly Hunter's character is seen nude whilst showering, walking through a hallway, and sitting on her bed. Violence and Girl, a girl gets her tongue pierced. We see the clamp holding her tongue and the pointed device getting closer to her tongue. A girl pierces another girl's belly button. We see the needle begin to poke the skin, and we see the girl biting a stuffed animal and screaming. In Sex and Nudity, 2 teenage leads engage in sexual behavior with boys and each other. They wear revealing outfits, plenty of sexual references throughout the movie. That puts Kari at 6, Marty at 5, Rachel at 0, Dwayne at -1. Rachel.
Yes.
Would you like a movie from 1976, 1995, or 2006?
Let's go 1976.
1976. From 1976 for 5 points under violence and gore, a nun trips and is almost trampled by a panic crowd. Dwayne, what do you think this movie is?
I'm going to say it's The Omen.
I mean, great guess. It is not The Omen.
Damn it.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a certain mask worn in several scenes looks pretty disturbing. For 3 points under violence and gore, a corpse is shown badly beaten in the head with a gold Catholic crucifix in the mouth. A forensic expert has to remove the crucifix from the corpse's throat. We're all having fun here. For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, the fact that a child is murdered in a church is very frightening.
Oh, what church?
This feels like something I should have seen.
Again, I believe all of this describes The Omen.
Last clue for 1 point. Frightening and intense scenes. A child is contemplated to be the killer throughout. She is very disturbed and keeps memorabilia that is strange. All right, we got 2 hands up. Rachel, what do you think this movie is?
Oh, wait. I don't know what it is.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Marty, what do you think this movie is?
Will you accept a guess in the form of a question?
Sure. Let's see.
Was there like a remake of The Bad Seed around this time?
Oh, that is the best way to guess. This is not The Bad Seed.
All right. Fair.
This is a movie starring Brooke Shields called Alice, Sweet Alice.
This has been on my list to watch on Shudder for ages.
Yeah, we, I've done this show now for 2.5 years. We have to hit some of the more obscure ones sometimes.
Brooke Shields. Okay.
Well, that puts Kari at 6, Marty at 4, Rachel at 0, Dwayne at -2.
Still warmer than Minnesota, baby.
Listen, I want it noted that like the real feel got down to about 27 today, like -27. They don't close schools until it's -35. So like, were it not MLK Day, school would have been open today.
I'm in Georgia at the moment, and there's snow in Tennessee, so schools are closed tomorrow.
The U.S. is a big country.
Yep.
Not that big.
Dwayne, you get the last movie before our next mini game. Do you like a movie from 1984, 2000, or 2018?
Oh, 2018 was an awful year for me, so let's go 84.
84. All right, 1984. You know what? I've started doing this, and I'm going to continue doing this. Marty, you have a pre-guess for the 5 points. I'm not going to give you bonus points. But if you want to guess now, you can guess now.
Is it still 5 points if I wait for the first clue?
Yep.
Then I will wait for the first clue.
That's what I thought. All right. For 5 points, violence and gore. An old man is struck hard in his face after being woken up, killing him instantly.
Damn it, I have a joke guess, but I'm going to wait.
Marty, has your answer changed? And do you know what this is?
It hasn't changed. I don't remember this part, but it hasn't changed. Children of the Corn.
It is not Children of the Corn.
That did come out in 84, and it does have child protagonists.
Protagonist is a strong word.
Main characters.
I was rooting for the children in that movie. Fuck
I would
that
say technically
couple.
Sarah Connor is the main character.
Technically, they're a trespassing heterosexual couple. I'm rooting for the children. and their benevolent god.
I have a hard time.
Is
rooting for
Korn
a
the
bunch
god
of...
in that one?
Corn spelled with a K, like the band.
I mean, I pray to his dreads all the time.
I don't remember there being any part where like they're channeling their god and it just or whatever it was that
Well, that's the
Jonathan Davis always
chant.
did. Okay, yes, thank you.
Okay.
I want to see an edit of all of them in the cornfield with just that playing.
It's Follow the Leader. It's a fantastic video.
It's got to be out there somewhere.
For 4 points under violence and gore, Irv Manders gets shot in the head.
I don't know what you just said. I'm sorry.
Yep. Irv Manders gets shot in the head.
Oh no, I heard you both times.
Yeah.
I just don't know what you
Irv Manders.
This didn't compute.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a girl gets shot in the neck with a dart. Her father is shot too. They wake up afterwards alive.
Oh, I'm gonna burn it. I'm burning it with this one. I'm so sorry.
All right, go ahead and burn it, Dwayne.
The Adventures of Pippi Longstocking.
It is not The Adventures of Pippi Longstocking. Violence and gore. There are several occasions where Andrew is seen with a nosebleed because using his mind-bending powers makes his nose bleed. For 1 point under violence and gore, a young girl uses her powers to set men on fire on their heads. One is set fire from his arm to all over as he burns to death. All right, we got 3 hands. Dwayne, what do you think?
And this is a real guess. Is this Firestarter?
Rachel, what do you think?
I was gonna guess Firestarter.
Marty, what about you?
I was also thinking Firestarter.
I was so happy that, Dwayne, you decided to burn it. This is Firestarter. Young Drew Barrymore, Firestarter.
Also, I listened to a podcast about this.
I watched this movie after seeing Stranger Things,
Mhm.
and it is amazing that Stranger Things is just Firestarter, but with monsters.
It's amazing how much I have strong feelings about Stranger Things to begin with, and I'll keep most of them to myself. However, I think there's a fine line between being inspired by other 80s things and just like straight up Frankensteining together stories by better people. But also,
You're
like,
not wrong.
you have fucking mind-bending monsters, Duffy Brothers, whatever their names are. Why the fuck can't you have gay people? And like, in an interview, they were like, it's unrealistic to have happy gay people in this time period. It was a politically tense time. You have monsters that split the fucking sky. What the fuck?
Maybe in the Upside Down, everybody's gay.
I fucking hope so.
I've been to that bar. They are.
Well, that brings us to the second mini game. Kari at 6, Marty at 4, Rachel at 1, Dwayne at -2. This mini game, in a moment, I'm going to ask one of you a multiple choice question. If you get it right, you get 4 points. If not, the next person can guess for 3 points. Next person can guess for 2 points. Last person gets 1 point if you remember the remaining answer. Dwayne, since you are in last place right now, I'm going to ask you the first of these. These are all trying to figure out actors' highest rated movies on IMDb. And this is all child stars in the movies they made before they turned 18. So, Dwayne, which of these is Dakota Fanning's highest rated movie before she turned 18? Is it Coraline, I Am Sam, Man on Fire, or My Neighbor Totoro?
Oh, I know this one. Because it's the one with Sean or Chris Penn, right? I Am Sam.
I Am Sam. It is not I Am Sam.
Oh, but that's where she got the Oscar nod, right?
I mean, I think so. At least that's the movie that Ben Stiller's doing in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, dear God.
Rachel, we're down to Coraline, Man on Fire, or My Neighbor Totoro. Which is her highest rated movie?
I'm gonna go with Coraline.
It is not Coraline. Marty, we're down to Man on Fire and My Neighbor Totoro.
I'm torn because I know which one I like more, but I also know that Spirited Away is rated weirdly low. So I'm going to go with Totoro.
Totoro is correct. 8.1 for Totoro, 7.7 for Man on Fire and Coraline, 7.6 for I Am Sam.
Okay, I definitely thought you meant grossing, and I was like, yeah, the one that won the Oscar got the money.
I fucking hate that dub so much. I grew up with the 80s one.
I really like the Disney dub, though. I think Dakota and Elle together are very fun and cute.
I think they read as sisters, and that's great. I also feel like, what if we just casted voice actors for voice acting instead of like all the bullshit that, like, I don't know. I have feelings about it.
That's fair. I'll say, like, for the most part, I don't get too angry at the Ghibli dubs because they do end up finding people that I think work well. Like, it's so wild to me that Ponyo stars Miley Cyrus's sister and the young non-Jonas brother, Jonas brother.
You mean Noah and Frankie?
Frankie, the bonus Jonas, Nick. Let's put some respect on his name.
Also, I looked it up, Marty. Spirited Away has an 8.6 on IMDb, which I agree is low.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything else, but since you brought up Ponyo, I was going to list Ponyo as my example of a terrible dub.
I love Ponyo as much as Ponyo loves ham. Rachel, which of these movies is Haley Joel Osment's highest rated movie before he turned 18? Is it AI, Artificial Intelligence, Forrest Gump, Secondhand Lions, or The Sixth Sense?
Oh my God. Ah. He's been in quite a few bangers, huh? I'm sorry, can you read those to me again?
AI, Artificial Intelligence, Forrest Gump, Secondhand Lions, or The Sixth Sense?
Oh man. I'm gonna go with Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is the correct answer.
Yay!
That is in IMDb's top 10 of all time, which is a travesty.
It's a 3-hour commercial for a shrimp restaurant.
It's a 3-hour conservative propaganda piece. That's
I was listening to a podcast about that recently. It was like, I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole thing because they were talking about things in the movie. I was like, there's no fucking way I watched this.
The book and the sequel book, like, or even crazier. I think in the sequel, he goes to space with a chimp and Raquel Welch, like the actress.
I know he also meets Tom Hanks in the sequel.
Yeah.
Because I think it starts off with something like, don't let anybody ever make a movie about your life.
You want to know the wildest fact about that? About what the fuck's it called again? I've already forgot. Forrest Gump. If it wasn't for Forrest Gump, there wouldn't be the Bubblegum Shrimp Company. And if it was for the Bubblegum Shrimp Company, Chris Pratt would have never gotten a career.
Yep.
He got hired to do, I think, his first project. because the casting director was at the Hawaiian for Bubblegum
No,
Shrimp Company.
it was Ray Don Chong, the
Oh,
actress.
yeah.
She like
She was
saw
at-
him and she was like, "You should be in this movie I'm filming."
What?
So we also have Cheech and Chong to thank for Chris Pratt in a way too, because Ray Don Chong.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay,
So,
nepotism.
awesome. Forrest Gump is at 8.8 out of 10. Sixth Sense 8.2. Secondhand Line 7.5. AI 7.2. Marty, which of these is Mara Wilson's highest rated movie? Is it Matilda, Miracle on 34th Street, Mrs. Doubtfire, or A Simple Wish?
What a fun way to find out she had a fourth movie.
Yeah. Could you repeat that list, please?
Matilda, Miracle on 34th Street, Mrs. Doubtfire, A Simple Wish.
I'm gonna go with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire by 0.1 is the right answer. 7.1 on Mrs. Doubtfire, 7 on Matilda, 6.6 on Miracle, and 5.3 on A Simple Wish.
It's not the modernization of Silas Marner that no one owns on DVD except my mom.
I don't think anybody understands the words you just said.
It's a modernization of Silas Marner.
No, you're going to need to use different words.
It is
Not
an
all of us are
updated.
children of English teachers.
Yes. It is an updated version of Silas Marner. My mom is the only person I've ever seen own that DVD.
Now, what is Silas Marner?
An old version of A Simple Wish.
Oh, okay. Yes.
God damn it, Marty. You could have said that. Last one goes to Kari. Kari, we're finally talking to you.
Okay.
Which of these movies is Saoirse Ronan's highest rated movie? Is it Atonement, Hannah, The Lovely Bones, or The Way Back?
I'm gonna guess Atonement.
You guessed the right one. Atonement at 7.8. Way Back 7.3. Hannah 6.7. Lovely Bones 6.6.
I liked Hannah. It was a good one. Not gonna lie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed
I
it.
liked it a lot. I like the soundtrack. The score.
Yes. The soundtrack is phenomenal.
That's another one I haven't seen.
I don't know who that person is.
It's another homicidal kid. Nick.
Ladybird.
Mhm.
The president's wife?
It's about Lady Bird Johnson becoming a trained assassin from like childhood and then like goes out into the world and just kills a bunch of people.
I hope you're fucking with me, but I'm into it.
How about Greta Gerwig's Little Women? Did you see that?
Oh, no, I don't see movies.
Okay. Then yeah, you just don't know who Saoirse Ronan is.
I do not.
Well, that means we end the mini game. Dwayne didn't pick up any points. Kari and Rachel both picked up 4. Marty picked up 6. That puts Kari and Marty at a tie in first place at 10 each. Rachel at 5. Dwayne at -2. There's still 20 points on the board, so it's anybody's game. It's at least 3 of your games. Marty, since you cleaned up on that one, I'm going to go to you first. Would you like a movie from 1989, 2000, or 2009?
What was the last one?
2009.
I'm gonna go with 2000. Also, I googled it. I had the wrong movie in mind. Ignore everything I said about Silas Marner. It is
Already
not.
forgot.
It's not A Simple Wish. It's A Simple Twist of Fate.
All right. This movie is from 2000 for 5 points under profanity. The film has over 50 uses of fuck Alongside were other words like shit and dick, alongside British swears like wanker, twat, fanny, and gay slurs. Marty has a guess. Anybody else?
I'm sorry.
What do you think,
you said
Marty?
the year is 2000?
2000.
I think it's the South Park movie.
It is not the South Park movie.
They are children and they swear.
That is very true.
50's too low, I think.
Yeah, there are way more than 50 fucks in that movie.
I've never seen it.
You're not missing much.
For 4
I saw that
points,
one, though.
For 4 points under violence and gore, Jackie punches Tony in the face. When he gets up, blood is seen on his face. The main character punches another child to the floor through anger and frustration.
As opposed to joy?
For 3 points under violence and gore, striking minors throw things and yell at scabs crossing the picket line.
Like
Dwayne,
minors or minors?
Minors.
Got it.
The children are not picketing.
That's unfortunate. We need to teach our children to stand up for their rights as workers.
Kari, what do you think this movie is?
I'm going to go with Billy Elliot.
Dwayne, what do you think?
Holy shit, me too!
This movie is Billy Elliot.
I never saw it! But I was going to.
That could be like the one film you watched this year.
No, I think there's a Transformers coming out.
Also in Billy Elliot, main character's speech about what it feels like to dance may be very emotional. And Sex and Nudity, much discussion about whether boys and men who are interested in becoming ballet dancers are gay.
Wasn't that one gay, though? Like, he was.
All right.
Explicitly addressed, if I remember right. It's been a while, but
I've also never seen this movie.
I told Jenny Ismay I would watch it like 2 years ago, and I still haven't.
That means Dwayne. Yep, Dwayne, you are out of the hole now at 1 point. Rachel at 5, Marty at 9, Kari at 13.
Nice.
Rachel, would you like a movie from 1961, 1995, or 2014?
Let's go 1995.
1995. For 5 points, 1995, under violence and gore. The villain hits a boy's dad in the head and then does a few backflips and then falls, hurting himself. For 4 points under sex and nudity, Tony tells Pat that he will hit him so hard in the groin that he will never be able to have children. For 3 points under sex and nudity, the words skinny wiener are used a few times.
Ooh.
For 2 points under violence and gore, counselors get tied up to trees. All right, we got some hands up. Everybody but Marty. Oh, Marty's up there too. Marty, what do you think this movie is?
I think this is a movie that I know, and I am trying to remember the name. I can picture who's in it. If it's the movie I can think of, he's also in Night at the Museum, if it's the right movie. I've never actually seen this movie. Meatball? No. You know what? What is it called? What is it called? I feel like, I'm going to put my hand down. I don't want to risk the points.
Rachel, what do you think this movie is?
I was gonna say the Ben Stiller Fat Camp movie.
Do you have a title for that?
Something with steel or iron or meatballs.
What she said.
I'm gonna count neither of you as giving me a guess. Kari,
what if the other two get it wrong?
Then we're gonna read the 1 point clue. Kari, what do you think?
As a fat kid, I know.
Heavyweights. Oh.
This movie is called Heavyweights.
Dwayne, what do you think?
As a fat kid, I didn't watch it for that reason, Kari.
I am going to let Rachel have that point too, because you said it right before Kari said it. This is Heavyweights. Though, boy, do I wish this movie was called Meatballs.
Wait, Meatballs is another one, though.
It's a Bill Murray's 80s summer camp movie. But the idea of calling a movie about fat camp meatballs sounds so funny to me.
I just never watched either, Nick. I don't know.
Can we just go ahead and appreciate the fact that I knew that?
I appreciate
Celebrate me.
Little baby Kenan Thompson in that movie.
And the kid from The Big Green.
Oh, yeah. Most of the fat kids they could find that are the comic relief in other movies, they put them in this movie. Well, that means that Dwayne is up to 3, Rachel at 7, Marty at 9, Kari at 15. We got 2 movies left before the final question, though, so it can go anywhere as long as Kari doesn't run away with this. Dwayne, would you like a movie from, what do we have left here? 1961, 1989, or 2006?
I only saw one movie in 2006, so let's go 1989.
1989. All right, 1989 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. Throughout the movie, there are many intense moments and many times showing people's frustration with each other. There are a few scenes involving scary monster activity that even some tweens could consider frightening or disturbing.
Could you repeat that? My neighbors were loud.
Throughout the movie, there are many intense moments and many times showing people's frustration with each other. There are scenes involving scary monster activity that even some tweens could consider frightening or disturbing. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, the parents call the kids to their younger son's room to tell them that they are separating/divorcing. They fight throughout the movie in muffled voices. The little boy pleads with his dad not to leave and that he'll be good. It might hit a little too close to home for some.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, Nick, thanks for the chuckle fest.
1985?
89.
89, okay.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a monster rips a child's head off and throws it in a basket. No blood or gore, but there are no cuts in the scene, and it's quite nightmarish. A monster that resembles a human child has its face melted off.
This is very upsetting.
For 2 points under violence and gore, some of the pranks that the monsters play on humans, i.e., emptying a bottle of apple juice and replacing it with urine, are fairly cruel.
Or criminal.
I have seen this.
No, I know. I think I know the movie. I just don't. I can't remember the title. I can see the movie poster, but not the title.
Last clue, 1.6 in nudity. When Fred Savage is eating a peanut butter and onion sandwich, he watches a fictional TV show that shows a few women wearing a very tiny bikini.
What? I can picture all these things individually, and I cannot think of what movie it is for the life of me.
I can see the main monster dude because it's Howie Mandel.
Oh my god, what is this movie? Oh, I'm not gonna think of it. I'm still on Meatballs.
All right. Well, this is frustrating to two of you. You are right. Howie Mandel is the monster. Fred Savage is the boy. This movie is called Little Monsters.
Okay, I in my head I was going Garbage Pail Kids. So
That would have been a good guess.
All right, that brings us to our final movie before the final betting round. Everybody stays the same. Nobody guessed in that round at all. Which means, Kari, you get to pick the last movie of the night. Would you like a movie from 1961, 2006, or 2014?
2014.
2014. All right, last movie from 2014 for 5 points under Sex and Nudity. A woman flirts with almost every man who crosses her path. She proclaims, "People come here for the bathroom, but they stay for the bedroom. Seduction is a powerful art."
Question.
Yes.
Was Mae West still alive in 2014?
I'll fact check that. For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes. I'm just reading this now and seeing the characters' names, even though I put them in this. Frightening and intense scenes. While Will, Grace, and the main character are at the movie theater, someone on the screen is holding a phone with an image of the singer Rihanna on it. She is talking, and suddenly her face transforms to a reptilian monster with a long tongue. Will is startled, but the main character laughs. It seems that the creators of the movie intended for the scene to be funny. However, it was very scary to my 7-year-old son, who said he didn't want to watch the movie anymore after that.
Was that a user review?
That was a parental warning.
I love that.
For 3 points under violence and gore, Mr. Stacks is a germaphobe. Under violence and gore, Mr. Stacks is a germaphobe.
Oh, that's it. That's all we're getting. Okay.
All you're getting.
I thought there was like a comma, not period.
Is that not violent and gory enough for you? For 2 points under violence and gore, Miss Hannigan sprays poisonous cleaning fluid into a girl's face. We got 2 hands. We got 3 hands. Dwayne, what do you think this movie is?
I believe it's Annie.
Marty, what do you think?
I also think this is the newer Annie.
Rachel?
This is the Annie remake.
This is the Annie remake. Cameron Diaz is Mae West in this movie.
That's some unfortunate casting.
I have questions about that Rihanna clue then.
What's up?
Why was that in the movie?
I don't know. It's a scene where they're in the movie theater and someone on screen is holding a phone that has this image on it.
And it scared someone's 7-year-old son.
Yeah, it scared Will, but it didn't scare Annie.
So wait, that kid was just cool with all the children being abused, but Rihanna becoming a monster was too much.
It's not abuse if you sing about it.
I think the singing makes it worse.
It's character
there's
development
choreography.
if you write a song.
As long as it doesn't hit too close to home. Last clue in there, frightening and intense scenes. Guy, Stax's political advisor, in an attempt to raise Stax's chance for mayor, conspires with Miss Hannigan to hire people to pretend to be the title character's parents. That brings us to the final question. We've got like a Jeopardy style betting round here. In a moment, I'm going to ask you a number related question. Whoever gets the closest to the answer gets the points that they risk. If you get it exactly right, you get 3 points. Right now, the scores are Dwayne at 5, Rachel at 9, Marty at 11, Kari at 15. Technically anybody's game. I want you all now to privately message me a bet between 0 and your total. This question has to do with an actor's filmography. So Dwayne can risk up to 5, Rachel can risk up to 9, Marty 11, Kari 15. Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry.
That's okay. You're on your phone. It's probably harder.
Can't find it.
All right, everybody's got their bets in. Let's talk about the first child star. How many movies did Shirley Temple make before she turned 18 years old?
Jesus.
Shirley Temple. I want you to privately message me how many movies you think Shirley Temple was in before she turned 18. Whoever gets closest gets their points. If you get it exactly right, I'll give you an extra 3 points. All right, we got some guesses coming in. Just waiting on Rachel. Okay. Shirley Temple, Rachel says, was in 10 movies. Marty said 23. Dwayne said 28. Kari said 33. Shirley Temple was in 37 movies before she turned 18. Meaning, Kari, only off by 4, gets the points. Yeah, they made that child work.
Good.
And then she turned 18 and had to play a love interest to Cary Grant. That's something I learned today.
When she was an old hag.
That's
Did she become like an ambassador?
Ambassador,
to the
yeah.
US?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was heavy into politics.
She's in many of the books that we have at work talking about like girls who grew up great and like stuff like that. She's in like pretty much every like inspirational American women book for girls.
I mean, she grew up great as long as you ignore how she grew up. Well, let's see what this does to the scores. Dwayne went all in on 5, loses 5 points. Rachel played it safe, only loses 3 points. Marty played it safer, only loses 1 point. But since the beginning, this has been Kari's game. Kari gets another 2 points off of that, meaning our final scores tonight, Dwayne at 0, you achieved your goal. Rachel at 6, Marty at 10, but our winner tonight with 17 points, Kari Taylor.
Hey. Thank you.
And yeah, we went through almost every movie I had on this list. I had time to put together more movies, and instead played Cinenerdle. Anybody playing Cinenerdle? It's like competitive Kevin Bacon game, and I can't stop playing it.
What did you say it's called?
Cinenerdle or something like that.
Do you say Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, the Kevin Bacon game.
the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
The bacon number.
Okay, so I went back to Kevin James.
Nazi.
So the only movies that I have clues for that we didn't get to, we didn't do Where the Wild Things Are, didn't do Aquamarine, didn't do the 1961 Parent Trap, and didn't do Mowgli Legend of the Jungle, which is the Jungle Book movie that Andy Serkis made. And it's so much better than the Disney live action one.
The joke answer I was prepared to use today was either going to be The Little Rascals or oh god, what was the other? Or Hocus Pocus 2.
I think both of those movies have been used on this game maybe multiple times, so could have gotten there. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you all for doing this. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words. Dwayne, I'll start with you.
Hi, please follow my website, DwayneDuke.com. I'm currently raising money for the Children's Tumor Foundation. I'm doing 4 Cupid's undie runs in the month of February in St. Pete, Florida, Cleveland, Ohio, Austin, Texas, and St. Louis, Missouri. I have the links on my website. It's DwayneDuke.com.
That is amazing. Yeah, everybody donate to that. Marty, would you like to say anything before we go?
Just that it's cold. I hate it here. I question my life choices every single day. The best thing that I've gotten out of moving to the Midwest is my friendships with beautiful people such as Kari. Other than that, everything has been a slower and slower descent into frozen madness with every year. I don't know why anyone would choose to do this other than the cost of living and quality of life that the Midwest provides, which are both actually pretty solid. I talked myself out of my anger at the Midwest in this rant a little bit. I like it here. I just wish it wasn't cold all the time. The end.
All right. Marty is promoting therapy if you live in the Midwest.
Yeah, actually.
Rachel, anything you want to talk about before we go?
Yeah, so I started playing the Cinnanurdle. I don't know if I did this right. Oh, no, that's an ad. Hang on. I don't know if this means that I got it right or
Oh, this is a totally different game. I don't know what that is.
oh, wait, did I spell Cinnanurdle wrong?
I might be saying the wrong thing because I think there is another. You know what? I'll put that in the comments of this post and share it with you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I got this right. Anyway,
find Rachel on this game that maybe I'm getting the wrong name
follow
for.
me on Cinnanurdle.
That brings us to our winner, Kari. First of all, would you like to continue to claim this prize?
Of course. So I decided I was going to pick this movie at the beginning of the game because you said I'll probably never watch it.
God damn it.
I'm going to make you watch Jurassic World 3, whichever one that the name is.
All right, I am finishing up the Jurassic World movies by next week, I guess, with Jurassic World Dominion.
And you know what? Having seen it in theaters, you're welcome.
We saw that together.
Yep. Us and our entire row were just yelling like every single time we thought Chris Pratt's character was going to die and then didn't.
Well, I'm so happy I get to have the experience of watching it at home with nobody to yell at it but me. All right, Jurassic World Dominion will be watched by me. Let's finish up this trilogy. Anything else you would like to say before we go, Kari?
I mean, I don't have anything to promote. Obviously, I'm also in Minnesota. It's really cold. So if it's really cold near you where you live, I recommend, if you have like some extra like warm clothing that you're like It's just sitting in the back of my closet. I don't wear it. Donate those to some shelters, because warm clothing, especially in winter, is always really important. So, yeah, think about that, because if you're cold, chances are, unfortunately, unhome folks are probably also cold. So that's all I'll say.
You're all good people. This is a
I
whole
don't have anything
group
else
of
to
good
promote. I
people.
don't do comedy other than the show.
Also, I'll clear this up. Apparently, the website is cinenerdle2.app. So, once again, thank you so much to my guests, Dwayne Duke, Kari Taylor, Marty Viscosi, Rachel Dunbar. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. If you want to see comedy live and you're in like the Eastern Massachusetts area, I'm on my first stand-up show of the year this Thursday, the 18th of January, 7 p.m. at Spigot River Brewery in Lawrence, Massachusetts. That's going to be with Maxwell Schultz, Freddie Scabelli. They're hosting it. Emma Marfo is going to be on that show with me. It's just going to be a fun show. So if you want to see comedy and you're near Lawrence, come out to that. Other than that, we do this show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel you're watching. So if you like this, come back next week. If you don't want to wait till next week, watch one of the other 200-something episodes of this show. I've given you so much. Also, like, subscribe, do what YouTubers tell you to do. Hit that bell. I don't know what it does. I've never hit it, but maybe it does fun stuff for you. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll be back on the 22nd with Best Makeup. Goodbye.